I recently noticed that Dollar Tree started carrying a wide variety of snack cakes. The brand name is Baker Select. There's vanilla cream cakes, chocolate cream cakes, chocolate chip mini muffins, blondies with chocolate chips, strawberry filled muffins, brownies with chocolate chips, cinnamon crumbles, and galactic brownies. And I wanted to give these a try. And if you're not familiar with Greenbrier International, they are the sourcing company for Dollar Tree. Made to Dollar Tree specifications, or they're privately labeled by Dollar Tree. But apparently the Baker Select is a Dollar Tree brand. First, I'm going to start out with the vanilla cream cakes. Vanilla flavored sponge cake with cream filling. I think most people would recognize these as something like a Twinkie. So let's check these out. You get 5 per box. The texture seems a little firmer than what a Twinkie would be. More actual sponge cake like. It's a little oily. It's a very firm snack cake. It smells really good though. So let me cut into this and see what it looks like on the inside. Not a ton of filling on the inside. Probably adequate though for this size of a snack cake. I believe this cake looks a little firmer than what a Twinkie looks like. So let me give it a bite. I was about to give it a taste and I actually found some type of little black stuff in here. I'm not saying that that's necessarily a deal killer, but it does look like there's some type of foreign something in here. Maybe it was just something from the sponge cake, I don't really know. It doesn't really lend a lot of confidence to this particular snack cake though. So I'm not going to eat this piece, I'll try another piece. The sponge cake just seems like standard fare sponge cake. It's not great, it's not terrible, but it's okay. The cream filling, on the other hand, is not to my liking. It's very, very, very sweet. Like, I don't know if I've ever tasted a cream filling this sweet. Like, it's insanely sweet. It's also greasy. These are really greasy taste in your mouth. So on these vanilla cream cakes, I would have to say these were not something that I would probably buy again. If you love really sweet fillings and don't mind the greasy aftertaste that it leaves, you may like these. Next up are the chocolate cream cakes, which are chocolate flavored sponge cake with cream filling, and I'm guessing these are going to be very similar to the vanilla cream cakes. Again, 5 per pack. The chocolate cream cake does not feel quite as firm as the vanilla one did. Still has a little bit of an oiliness to it. Ooh, I got a piece. Well, there's some cream right there. It seems there's not as much of the cream filling in this one, which, to be honest, if it tastes like the cream filling in the vanilla cream cake, then that's probably a good thing. This piece seems to have an adequate amount of cream filling, so I'll give it a try. I actually prefer these chocolate cream cakes way more than the vanilla. In addition to just the cake itself tasting better, there doesn't seem to be as much of the cream filling in here, which is actually, in my opinion, a good thing because it doesn't make it overly sweet and it doesn't give it as much of a greasy aftertaste. So these are actually pretty good, and I would probably buy these again. Next, I have the chocolate chip mini muffins. These come with 3 pouches of 4 muffins. Texture of these muffins, they're a little on the firm side. I'm not saying that that's necessarily bad, but they are definitely kind of firm. So let's cut into one. It says these are made using real Belgian chocolate, and it seems to be an adequate amount of chocolate chips in these small muffins. So let me try it. So the muffins aren't too bad. They definitely have a good chocolatey taste. Maybe a little on the dry side, but not to the point where I wouldn't eat it. If I liked muffins a little more, I may very well buy these again. I really don't eat muffins too often. It's just not one of my favorite things. But coming from someone who doesn't really eat muffins, these are not too bad. Now I've got the Blondies with chocolate chips. These also come 5 per package. I'm not really sure what to compare these to with the more name brand snack cakes because I've never had anything like this. I just found it interesting they had this little peanut butter cup looking wrapper on the bottom of it. And maybe that is standard. Like I said, I don't know what to compare these to. The top is fairly firm, almost, I don't know if it has crumbles or something on it. It's kind of, I just don't know. And the bottom is very, very moist, like almost sticky moist. All right, let me cut into it. Seems to really have a lot of chocolate chips in it. Inside, not quite as moist and sticky as the bottom, but still plenty moist. I think I'm gonna have a bite of this piece since it has more chocolate chips in it. I may be at a slight disadvantage trying to describe this to you since I don't know really what these compare to. I'm not sure if it's like a coffee cake or something like that. But these are actually very good. They kind of remind me of a very soft chocolate chip cookie. That would be more cake-like than cookie-like. So I hope that makes sense in me trying to tell you what these taste like. But these are very good. As a matter of fact, these are the best snack cake that I've tried so far. They have a lot of chocolate flavor, they're soft, they're moist, and they're just very good. So I really like these. Next I have the strawberry filled muffins. And this also contains 5 muffins. I'm guessing there's a hole there in the top for maybe the strawberry filling. The top of this is very much like the top of the Blondies, whereas the bottom is softer and more moist and the top has a little bit crisper surface. As a matter of fact, I would say these are almost identical to the Blondies, with the exception that the Blondies have the chocolate chips and these have a strawberry filling and obviously no chocolate chips. So I'm going to cut into it. Not really a real red filling. I can definitely see that it has a red tint and it's probably more of a pectin based filling. This piece seems like it has a good ratio of cake to filling, so I'll give it a try. Okay, I was completely wrong. These cakes, although they look similar to the last Blondies that I had that I liked, it's not the same thing. This cake has a much drier texture that I really didn't notice until I bit into it. And I'm just going to be honest, this filling I find absolutely awful. I can't even really describe it. The closest thing that I can think that tasted similar to this was maybe those little hard strawberry candies that are wrapped up in the strawberry wrapper. And they have a filling on the inside. It's similar to that. It's not exactly the same, I don't think. But it's something like that. But it really just has a weird taste it's really just hard to place. So these are definitely not something that I would ever try again. Next I have the brownies with chocolate chips. And you get 5 brownies in here also. Very moist looking on the bottom. The bottom of the brownie appears to be moist, a little sticky, and the top is a much harder, firmer surface. Yeah, inside's still sticky. Yeah, the inside's still very moist. I do see a fair amount of chocolate chips in here also. So I'll give this piece a try. This thing is very sweet. It reminded me of the first snack cake, the Vanilla Creme Cakes. It's really, really sweet. I'm starting to wonder that since all these snack cakes are sourced from either Turkey or Spain, if maybe they like their snacks a little sweeter than we do here, because this thing is intensely sweet. It has a good taste. It has a good texture. It's very chocolatey, but it's again super sweet. And look guys, I am not opposed to things that are very sweet, but I just don't remember tasting any type of snack cakes or anything that were just this sweet. But if you like sweet things, you may really like something like this. If it wasn't for the fact that it was so sweet, I think I would enjoy it also. Next, I have the cinnamon crumble cakes. Again, 5 cakes. Soft, moist bottom, a little bit firmer top. Really moist on the inside. There's really not a whole lot to say about these. There's no chocolate chips or any type of filling. They do seem moist on the bottom, a little firmer on the top. So let me give this a try. So these are very cinnamony, no doubt about it. I'm not a big cinnamon fan. They remind me a lot of Red Hots, but the cake texture is really good. But all you really taste is cinnamon. And maybe that's all you're supposed to taste, I'm not really sure, but it's a straight cinnamon taste. That's something that I don't really care for, so I wouldn't buy these again, but if you like cinnamon, these may be for you. And last but not least, we have the Galactic Brownies. 5 brownies per package. It seems that each one of the M&M looking candies actually split in half. I don't know why I find that funny, I just do. But I'm guessing these are going to be just like the chocolate brownies, but with the addition of some imitation M&Ms. I kind of want to try one of these little fake M&Ms and see how it tastes by itself. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that. So their version of M&Ms actually tastes fine. If I was blindfolded, I probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between these and M&Ms. So let's cut into this and see what it looks like. Very similar to the brownies with chocolate chips, just instead of chocolate chips, you get the M&M type candies. Very moist, much like many of the snack cakes. The bottom is moist, the top is a little firmer, and let's give it a try. Like many of the other snack cakes, I find it a little sweeter than what I expected. You know, most of us have an idea of what we're going to expect with a snack cake, even if it's something that we've never bought before. So I'm not saying that these are all necessarily overly sweet, but what I am saying is that I think a lot of these are sweeter than what a lot of people would have expected. And it's no different with this Galactic Brownie. It's very, very sweet, and it's sweeter than something that I would normally eat or what I would like. So while I found some of these snack cakes really good, I found others were kind of lacking from what I thought they should be. Many of them were overly sweet for my tastes, and I also believe that they would be overly sweet for what many other people are expecting in a snack cake. And that doesn't mean they're bad. They're just sweeter than what a lot of us would expect. I found a couple of them pretty good, and I would buy them again. Most of them weren't really to my liking, but you also have to remember that these are snack cakes from Dollar Tree. They cost you $1, and if you're expecting the top quality, you're probably not going to get it. I think most people are reasonable, and they do have a particular set of expectations from Dollar Tree. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.